think that did the trick.
Target acquired. Dispatching hunters on corner of 67th and Lexington.
Oh no. Did I lead the hunters right to them? Gotta get there quick or else. Remember to wait 30 minutes after eating before jumping in.
Oh yeah.
We should have a big splash competition. You go first.
God. Cool puns. One thing I would kind of say about this game is I feel like the acting for the AI enemies is a little, like, I don't know, the way they kind of just, like, take him down, get him, like, it's very, like, not the best. It could have done better with that, but, you know. I gotta actually check if enemies have, like, oh no, they don't. They just, okay, they still have blank expressions. Damn it, man. I thought Insomniac would improve that, but it's kind of funny, too. Woo!
Hello?
Oh, yeah.
Who's there? They think I'm Kraven?
Yes, guys, I'm Kraven the Hunter. I am Kraven the Hunter. I wonder if he did this with Peter. Just how you hate it.
And cyanide?
So, you have finally come to reunite your let us hide and seek like old times.
They can't see me. It's a program recording with high-tech motion tracking. This game's not finished. Checkmate.
Oh. I did that very easily.
I'm gonna die down there, aren't I? What the? Is that Pizzo's mask? Wait. Is this the chameleon's apartment? I thought he was put away years ago.
The chameleon.
Looks like he graduated too. This tech is insane. Raven's drone snapped a pic of him mid-transformation. I knew something was off about Kravens' target. Another passage. This looks classified. This is the missing persons database. It goes back to before I was born. What did the chameleon do to them? schematics and hunter logs? The chameleon is keeping tabs on Craven too.
I gave everything what you did. And you would not even touch. You hate it. But not anymore. I refuse to hurt it. I will see it. But you will never see it.
Gotta get out of here!
Don't worry, brother. I will do what you want.
Damn. That's the chameleon.
Craven and the chameleon are brothers? Guess he has nothing to worry about now, that Craven. Should keep an eye out for the chameleon. Pete's not gonna be happy he's still out there.
I really hope, I still hope they don't do that whole thing with Aunt May, like, being the chameleon. That would really just be stupid. I would honestly not like that at all. Like, that's something I was kind of hoping they would not do at all. Like, I am glad they haven't done it. So it's like, but it's like if it found out that like he was Aunt May the whole time, I would have been like, no, just no. That would have been shit. That would be shit if they did that. I think with how safe this sequel kind of is, it's like, you know, I feel like they might end up doing that, but it's like, I don't know. I don't want them to.
Peter, excited to have you community, starting by improving our gardens. To help, please collect some samples of nearby plants and put our gene splicer to use.
Easy
Okay, I'm
enough.
gonna strain my
Collect
eyes.
some samples, splice some genes, feed the people. I think I can improve on this. Let's look for the best samples. Should be something around here. Let's scan these vines.
Scan.
Fellas, there has to be an easier way to make money. You know how many plants exist because of bees? They play a critical role in... You don't care. Not that much.
We're beating people up. That's literally why we're beating them.
I'll definitely let Dr. Yu know about this poaching operation. It's no good for the bees, real or drone.
Hunters have taken over this abandoned army supply base and turned it into a drone station.
Are there bird drones? Why didn't they just pick an avian?
Does it matter? They're making these drones to kill you.
Good point. Let's stop that from happening.
They're powering up the drones here. If you can tether your web from the charging station to a power supply, you'll overcharge them into oblivion. Be sure to hook the charging station up to a power supply to destroy the drones. Let's ground some birds.
I'm tired of waiting.
Maybe it's got some intel about the hunters we can use?
Jackpot. Okay. There's an encrypted file.
Sasha, give up this obsession. Come home to me while we still have time left.
Our time is over, my love.
And your children? They will draw blood for control of our empire.
The cops must burn this place, like anyone else.
They will see me as an obstacle.
Then you must strike first.
Kravens family? They sound cool. Could be trouble down the line.
We should keep clearing out all these bases then, in case they come to visit.
The hunters are gone and the drones are grounded. Pretty good at this.
I feel like it's been so long since I felt like this overwhelming sense of positivity from a game. Like, honestly, these past few years just have been really weird. Like, games have just not really felt, like, overwhelmingly joyous as they used to. I sometimes just get very sad about that, but I also want to look positive in the future. So, like, I love gaming, and I'm never going to hate gaming. I'm just really kind of tired of it feeling, like, not happy. I'm hoping these games will give me that feeling, but I kind of was expecting that with even Mirage. Like, I'm hoping this game will give me, like, but I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go into Mirage with, like, normal expectations. I kind of leave that maybe for last. I'll do everything first and then do that.
Got it. Find an indoor gym till it's safe out here.
Okay. It was definitely an experience. Ugh.
See, you cleared out my stash at the old radio station.
Was wondering where I was.
That station was the hottest ticketing Brooklyn for up-and-coming hip-hop artists back in the day.
You and Pops get any airtime?
We got close, but they bumped us last minute for this next level run by the Staten Island.
Still got your beats if you want them.
NYC ain't ready for a Prowler Spotty mixtape. Take it easy.
Hope the other Spider-Man appreciates what you do.
He totally does. He's cool like that. Gotta stop that van somehow.
Oh. I'm wearing the classics. I'm not gonna put on the new. I kind of want to put on for the platinum, especially. I want to wear like the new suits, not the. I'm not. You know, I do kind of agree the newer suit for Miles is not my favorite. I'm not a huge fan of that suit, but I do like it. I think it fits for sure. I think it fits him, but it's not my favorite suit ever. I still like his classic suit a lot better.
Looks like that's all the stashes.
Oh my lord!
My suit sink into another one? It's right by where I met up with Unc. Maybe his code's buggy. I should go check with him.
You gonna give me a good suit?
These are blueprints to my apartment building. He wouldn't plan a heist there, would he? Better get home quick.
When your uncle... worrying about your uncle planning a heist. Jesus Christ.
What are you doing, Uncle Aaron? Really hope this isn't what it looks like.
Planning to sneak in and steal my oranges. Gotta get them back. Get the dinner bowl ready. I don't have to laugh at my own jokes. Who cares, bro? Who cares, bro? Who just gives a shit, bro? Get to go back in Miles' apartment. Hell yeah.
Uncle Aaron?
Uncle Aaron? Uncle Aaron? Where are you, Uncle Aaron?
These pictures of Dad and Uncle Aaron when they were kids. Dad's record player is gone. Did he steal from us too? That's one of Dad's records. Christmas Baby. Uncle Aaron's still here? Can't let him take any more stuff.
The actual fuck. Uncle Aaron. What the hell is that? Oh. I thought it was like some weird, creepy thing. Like, oh my god.
Miles?
Don't mouse me. What are you doing here without breaking parole? You said you were retiring the Prowler. You lied to me.
Whoa. Slow down there.
Mijo? We were going to surprise you, but
Okay, what's going on?
when you started helping out your uncle, I was inspired. Despite all the things he did, you forgave him. So I decided to do the same and help him out by co-signing the lease on this apartment.
Thanks again, Rio.
It'll be nice to have family close by again.
Meant what I said. Prowler's in the rearview mirror. I want us to have a future together. Your family. I also said I'd find a way to thank you, didn't I?
What is it?
Some tech I was prototyping before I got caught up with Roxanne. Could come in handy.
I feel like Fred's on the wall. So anyway, I actually enjoy Survivor though. I really like that open world. I think that game had a lot. I think if anything, I'm like mostly the open world. Yeah, like I like when open world games kind of have like random events happening in the open world, and like if I could just, I would love if Spider-Man had more of like those, like kind of just finding a hideout in the open world like, randomly without any mission. Like a guy, without any kind of like it being a mission. Just like let me find a segment in the open world that just is there, you know. That'd be really cool. Are you still working? Oh my god, what the hell?
Prepare yourself. Spider-Man is coming. Check the sky. He will arrive any minute.
Really, like these areas are not built for stealth that much, man. I wish they had more stealthy opportunities, you know.
Time to dig deep.
Let's go. The pussy.
Map of the Upper West Side. Wonder how they afforded a place here. Time to head to that hotel.
Since the game was like before releasing.
I don't think they're smart about brand identity. The blind intel is gonna turn the building into a weapons depot.
Time for housekeeping and clean this place up.
Housekeeping. I love Peter, man. He's cool. I want to try to stealth a section for once in this game. I feel like I have not done I've not done much of the sections stealthily, and I think that's something that I've been trying to annoyed at.
Yes, you all got the invite. Welcome to the party.
I'm gonna restart checkpoint. I want to stealth it. I want to stealth it. 100% stealth it. I want to try to stealth it.
Time to finish what I started.
There's no like stealth challenges either in this game. It's kind of weird. I think a part of me just like kind of expected this game, you know, like a culmination of like all of the games. I kind of like just like have this be like the kind of big game to like kind of combine every single element from the past game into one. I mean, in a way, it kind of is, but it doesn't have everything that made the old games. Like, it definitely has everything. I think it has enough of it there for sure. But like when you look at it compared to like. I feel like it's just kind of weird because it's like it does have a lot of it. It has everything that makes it a good Spider-Man game, but in a way, it's like it also just doesn't have everything that makes it like the first two games had more content in some game. And I do honestly kind of agree that the stealth is a little bit of a downgrade compared to the first game because there's like not as many. Like you have like 2 new gadgets that help, but then you don't even have like the impact web and the suit mods. Like. There's a lot that's missing from this game, and I think that's my problem with it at the moment. It's like some parts of it just feel like it's a little bit like lesser than the first game in some cases, but it's also really good still. It's still really fun to play. I really do like this game a lot. Okay, that should have been a lot. I don't know, whatever. It's kind of like how I felt with Jedi Survivor. I mean, again, I always I'm comparing it because it makes me feel better. But I'm comparing it to like the experience because it's like with Jedi Survivor, I felt kind of that way of like, well, it was a good sequel, but it also just kind of took things away that the first game had. And this game so far does kind of that similar idea. It takes a lot away from us, but it still like makes up for it in a lot of areas. Can't really be completely disappointed, but I just can't help but feel like it's weird that this sequel is like.
Here comes the peanut gallery.
Oh my god! I thought I could stealth. No, I want to stealth it. I don't want to fucking. I don't want to give it. I want to stealth. I want to stealth. I should have checked if they were safe or not.
I've got some movement. Yes, they know I'm here.
Why is it so hard to stealth in this game, bro?
Have to shut this base down.
It's literally so tough to stealth. Like, you can't stealth. What the fuck? I haven't even tried much of, like, I haven't even tried to do a full stealth section. But now I'm trying it, and it's like I'm finding it kind of tough. Like, what the hell? I think in a way it kind of just annoys me how like I know these games are incredible to so many people and I get it. It's like I do think it's an incredible game too. But I think in a way it's like I'm tired of people like getting mad at people when they just criticize elements about the game. And I think I'm kind of starting to realize what people feel about other games, like especially people who like there's people on all sides of these games that feel like they just can't let go of criticisms and. I think, but this game is kind of that same issue. Like, all I do is criticize like Miles's role in this game because I felt like he could have gotten a bit more attention, and people are like, no, it doesn't matter. Peter's the OG, and I'm like, yeah, okay, Peter is the OG, but they still should give love to Miles more. I mean, I don't think they gave no love to Miles. I feel like compared to Peter, they gave Peter the more interesting story, which I understand why, but I would have loved to see Miles get more of an interesting story. I feel like I didn't really feel like the revenge story quest was as interesting. I felt the symbiote storyline was better, and that the fucking Miles Morales, like his storyline wasn't as interesting. And like it was just simple revenge. Like he wants revenge, and it's just like what I don't understand the more is like because like it's weird to me that he felt revenge, the need of revenge, despite like in the first game, in his own game, he never got that feeling of needing to get revenge. So I'm kind of confused by that. There's a lot of me that has that kind of confusion of like, why did he want revenge suddenly when in his own game he didn't ever seem to want to enact revenge right away, and then because I feel like if they dealt with that in his own game, maybe it would have felt a bit better. Maybe it would have been a bit more excited. Like maybe it would have been more of maybe it would have made more sense as a story point in that game. Because it's like it's just a little weird to me that he wanted to suddenly he wanted to enact revenge in the sequel, even though in his own game he never had that idea to enact revenge. It's just a little bit weird, but I don't mind it. Obviously, I'm not bothered by it. I just feel like it's a little bit but his storyline, he got some good moments towards the end for sure, but I just feel like it's like I would have loved to see Miles get like even more moments for something. Like I don't know, I just personally didn't feel like he got a ton of amazing moments compared to Peter, because Peter had the more interesting storyline. You know, like Peter had the more crazier, insane moments. Like you got the symbiote, you fought Kraven, and then yeah, you played as Miles to fight Peter, which was cool, but it was just kind of like I don't know. I feel like Miles just kind of it felt like he got a little bit sidelined in this game, I guess. And some areas of I'm like I don't know. I feel a little bit disappointed with that compared to like Peter.
That's all the hunters in here.
Which is like,
there are
man.
still more in the base.
But it's not like I hated the game because of that. I don't think the game is bad because I just feel like because I was so excited to see Miles like kind of be in a full-on game, I didn't feel like that aspect of it left me as satisfied. It was like, oh, okay. Like Miles' storyline was good, but like compared to Peter's though, like you can't tell me Peter's story was like less interesting than Miles. It's like Miles just didn't have as good of a storyline, I guess. I mean, it was good, but I don't know. It was good, but I didn't really think it was the best part of the game. Which I was kind of hoping Miles' segments would be the best part of the game. I still think he is my favorite Spider-Man, but in a way, Peter in this game is a little more of my favorite. So it's like I think in some cases I'm like I like Peter a bit more in this game compared to like Miles, because Miles just didn't get as much attention, you know. But I know I think it was kind of the point of the story is like that was kind of the whole idea with that like Peter was neglecting Miles and kind of making him feel like, you know, it was kind of the point of the story. That literally was the main idea. But I think a lot of me just wanted Miles to get a little more time, a little more room for just craziness. But he was still not badly done. I don't think it was badly done at all. I felt like compared to Peter.
Where is he? Yes, they
Damn it, man. Oh my god, these are annoying to stealth. They're not bad, but it's just like compared to I don't know why the stealth just doesn't feel as good as the first game. I do. It's like they're not really built for stealth. I'm gonna rummage through it. Go insane. Just gonna spam gadgets like crazy.
file.
Vladimir, what is it now? I could have come with you. You are not needed. I'm never needed, it seems. I think you do not want to be outclassed. That is exactly what I want. But by you, does amuse you, father? To steal your children's birthright? The only right Mercy offers is the inevitable promise of death. You have us fighting over scraps. But I will take back what is ours. What is mine?
Vlad sounds like a chip off the old block. Hope he takes the long way here.
Seriously. Let's keep making sure he doesn't have one of these bases to call home.
He's dead.
And fight
A
off
little weird,
Soviets
but
on their
whatever.
own.
Game kind of like breaks. It does break the immersion, but I don't really care. I don't care that much. I don't want to care. Okay, this is kind of hard to do stealthily, but I don't know. I could just do it. Whatever. I think the problem I have is like I just keep like hiding my true thoughts about things too. Like I keep just like kind of like telling people that like if I don't actually feel happy with something as much as I thought I would, I don't want to tell someone that. Like I don't even know if I want to say that I was disappointed in Survivor in some areas, because people will just be like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, well, I don't know. I felt like Survivor was a good game, but compared to like I didn't like how everyone was split up. I didn't like how everyone was apart from each other. It was sad, man. It didn't feel good to see my favorite characters just gone, like all split up. So I feel like at least this game did better. It was like, I love that Miles and Peter were actually together in this game, so that's a nice thing.
Still need the base location. One more blind to go.
So it's like, I don't know, I feel kind of annoyed that like it just like sucks because it's like Survivor, just I don't know. I really did like, I think in a way Survivor was definitely a bigger, grander experience compared to this game, but this game still feels big. It still feels large and insane, I think, in some ways. There was a lot of like bigness to this game.
Boom. That's the last blind. Gotta get in there and... My Harlem? Hunter's about to find out there's a new Shogun in town. Oh, that's the abandoned school that my mom keeps trying to get repaired. That's their base? Someone has to let them know school's out of session. For good.
Ready to enroll for classes at
I
Hunter
remember like
High?
Gonna take them to school. The school of hard knocks.
I don't like out of that.
That's bad, Miles.
Sorry. It was part of my spider training.
At least the blind info paid off. They're upgrading all their vehicle weaponry here.
Not on my block, they're not.
I was like, when I think actually I don't know. No, they're kind of like invisible, so you can't like. That's probably why they're not seen by everyone else in the game. by the world. That's cool. I'm like, part of me hopes like Spider-Man 3 will kind of be like that Arkham feeling game, kind of like I wanted. I don't know. I don't think it'll feel the same, obviously, as Arkham, but I just hope I'll get that vibe. Like this is the Arkham version, the Arkham Knight version of Spider-Man. But I think in a lot of ways, like if they, like I will be really disappointed if they don't do like, but if they just scrap any amount of like good bosses for just cheap one-off shit, I will literally be pissed. I'll be like, but like the first 2, 3 games were so cool, and they just do that? Like, what the fuck?
Stronger tools for stronger play. The sooner we stop
They're
their
in a
spirit,
school.
the sooner we claim our reward.
It'd be really sad if Insomniac went that direction with like I would hate to see them kind of like do the Arkham Knight feeling game because it's like it would really suck. I don't imagine Insomniac going that route because they're just, to me, they're not the type of developers that feel like would cheap out that way. But I think it's funny because I don't even hate Arkham Knight, and I kind of feel like it's weird that I so don't understand why I nowadays feels like I can't play a game with disappointing elements anymore. But yet back in the day, I could play so many games that were lesser quality. Like I think it's like I should be happy that these games have like fucking like they're not fucking Force Unleashed 2 where it's like lesser than the fucking first game.
2 more turrets left.
Oh Jesus.
Everyone wants a piece.
It's a little bit hard to stealth too, but whatever. These 100 bases feel like they're a little bit like I don't know if you have to do one of them fully stealthily, but they're just a little bit hard to stealth compared to the first game. But like I genuinely like that Balan Wonderland game it was not good. It wasn't good at all because it's like there's no story, there's no anything about it. It's just basically you enter this land of somewhat magicalness, but there's just weird characters dancing everywhere. And you get to these scenes that you think are going to be emotional, but then they just start doing a K-pop dance segment, and I'm like, this is not real. That game really made me feel like I was in a fever dream, and there's only one button for fucking combat. But it's like, it's not in the good way, because there are games that have done that really well, but I think it's like, the difference with this game is like there was only one button to do anything. There was a jump button. And the jump button was the only way to do shit. You couldn't do anything else. Every button did the same thing almost. That game sucked, man. It just wasn't that good of a game. I did not like it. I hoped it was going to be some hidden gem. But nope, I tried it out and it was just kind of meh. Do a slam dunk. Aww. Come here, we're gonna do a slam dunk. Come on. Come on. We'll do a slam dunk. Let's go. Playing ball. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Wait. Wait. Whoa! Alright, I don't know. I can't really do a slam dunk. I just want to try to do a slam dunk, you know? That would have been actually funny if you could, like, dunk them. Damn, there's like... Damn. Yeah, they got, like, a lot of shit in the school. Completely abandoned school. I just want to see what's in here. So it's like a character sometimes slides. I mean, I'm not saying this game is a disappointment. I feel like in some areas I'm a little disappointed in some areas about it, but I like it still. It's a good game.
Father, please. I will not die like any other man. What? I don't feel safe here anymore. I don't trust the others. They frighten. Then cower and hide. If you can endure this shame, you won't let them hurt me. Will you? Father? That is up to you.
That is
Well,
up to
that
you,
was
damn.
just sad. Feels ripe for a therapy session.
Don't even know how to unpack that. It seems like a good kid, but he's still related to Craven. We clear out the last base. We'll be ready for him too.
I'm not gonna kill him. Alright. I think we're almost done with the Craven bases. Damn, it's already
Who's
over.
with these guys and branding people?
20 Craven bases. I feel like it's like weird because there wasn't as much like Craven bases here.
Nobody's getting branded today.
I'm not saying this game is like a step down at all, but I think in a lot of ways it's like a big improvement over the first two games, but it's so much shorter that you just kind of feel like you want longer. And I just like having a longer time with the game. And I think in a lot of ways this game felt really short, and I like it definitely doesn't have as much like open world stuff, but I think it's fine. I know more doesn't always mean better, but it's just like it's kind of sad. Like I think in some ways I just wished it was a little bit longer. I know not every game has to be like a week's long wait worth of game time. I definitely been playing this game for. Let's see, it's already been since the 20th, so it was like 21 that day, and then 21, 22, 23. So yeah, it's maybe almost 5 days. But I might platinum it today because I'm very close. I'm probably just gonna get it done today. I don't really mind. Oh man. One of the many last crazy bases. I just have to do the Mysteriums. Like time trial things. Challenges.
Just need a location before I head to the base. Gonna have to pull this out of here.
I just need to check if there's like any. I don't know if I've gotten any hidden trophies, but it's just like I don't know. Yeah, there's like a bunch of hidden trophies. Did I have to do anything during the main story? I swear to God, if I had to do anything, I'll see. I was gonna complete all the main quests here.
Base is here in the financial district? Bad investment.
What? Bad investment?
Random skyscraper. Huh. How do they hide a base in there?
In a lot of ways, I'm kind of like sad that it's already like I don't know. It just kind of weirds me out. It's like we get these new games. Like I don't know why these games they feel so good when you first start them, and then they just like it's just like now it's all done. Like everything about it, it's all gone, man. The fucking like
Remember how you told me you always wanted
it's
one who's
experience.
spelunking deep underground?
No, I do not.
Bad news then, I guess.
Gotta remember to come back and get these hunters out of here.
I just get sad that it's like 2 days worth of a story. I feel like that. I mean, like I definitely got some good gaming time out of it, but
Remember how you told me you always wanted to go spelunking deep underground?
No, I do not.
Bad news then, I guess. From what the blinds data says, they have a greenhouse down there.
Never would have taken the hunters for gardeners.
I wouldn't expect any flowers.
yeah.
Remember, we can alter the sprinkler's source to an herbicide to wipe out what they're growing.
Never met a plant I haven't accidentally killed. Let's keep the streak going.
Make sure you turn off their relay. We don't want them calling in backup. That's the valve that'll add herbicide to the sprinklers. Sleepy times incoming, hunters.
We should increase the potency. I want to see the spiders choke.
Any higher and it's lethal. Force move can kill everyone here.
I don't make force moves.
So very hunters.
I feel like it's kind of like annoyed. I feel like when you kind of like realize how like that, like I get into those moods of like thinking like, man, why do games just come and go? Why does everything? Why do you experience something and then it's just gone? It's over. You feel like yes, you can replay it as much as you fucking want, but you'll never feel that same way as you did when you first played it. I just like I want to feel that same way. I want to feel that overly. Like, I want to feel that feeling like it's so unreal and so new. Like, I love when games feel like that, and it's just, like, the fact that it's already over, and it's like, man, these games just, like, I don't know why games just... It kind of almost makes me feel like gaming is pointless, but then I get back into that feeling of, like, no, but gaming is not pointless. It's fun to experience. Oh, invisible! Forgetting that you can go invisible, bro. Lord, Jesus. It would be a little stressful at times. Yeah, I was hoping to see MJ and Miles more kind of interact, but they did have some moments, but part of me kind of wanted Miles and MJ to like interact a bit more. I know, it happens. It happens. Do these things like alert you? I don't even know. I don't want to look at the hidden drive. I'll just complete this and see what happens. I don't know how I'm going to do hidden. I don't think there's any missing trophy as far as I know. I've never heard of it. Boy, these enemies are tough. Not too tough, but they're just like, they're strong. There's no bears in these woods. I didn't know there were bears in these woods. Oh! I can't see, man. I cannot. Oh! 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 Oh my god! I like Jedi Survivor though. I really like that open world. I think that game like had a lot. I think if anything, I'm like because mostly the open world game. Like I like when open world games kind of have like random events happening in the open world, and like if I could just, I would love if Spider-Man had more of like those, like kind of just finding a hideout in the open world like, randomly without any mission. Like a dial, without any kind of like it being a mission. Just like let me find a segment in the open world that just is there, you know. That'd be really cool. Are you still working? Oh my god, what the hell? This game, bro. This game. Yeah, that's whatever.
really
never.
weeded out those hunters like weeds.
Did I
Maybe you're
do
better with
this
plants
before?
than me.
The other things?
Ha! Knocked them out with a taste of their own poison. Now I feel bad. Should I call poison control? They won't be growing anything here for a long time.
So we're just okay. Yeah, we have to do that for the weeds.
Now can you find out anything more about the Kravens?
Okay. Bring it on.
Little a challenge to feel the rush of fear again. I will give you something to fear, Father. Your brother made such promises. What? Terrifying. Anyone who gets in my way will suffer the same fate as Netherot. Is that so? And your mother? She was in the way. I assumed Vladimir was no problem for you either. I live for the hunt. If you really are the one. Let us see if you can leave Volgograd unscathed.
Oh my god. His entire family. All dead.
This whole time we were getting ready for it. And they just destroyed themselves? And Kraven got what he wanted. At least his hunters can't hide anymore.
Damn. That's kind of weird. I figure it's gotta be like a Kraven like suit. I know it. Yep, it's like a Kraven type suit. That's cool. Oh yeah, that one. City ground suit. That looks cool, man. That looks neat, bro. That's pretty neat looking suit. I like this one. I wanted more of like suits like this, man. So something like this would have been like really cool to get more of. Like, I feel like we don't get a lot of like suits that have like this look. Like, oh yeah. I saw this online. I thought it was like a Peter suit, but damn, that's cool looking. They both have the. It's like a Kraven. It's definitely like a Kraven style. It's the same literally suit. It's kind of cool looking though. Damn. Hell yeah. Suits.
They're really picking a fight with symbiotes? Nah, he's doing his own thing right now. You know how it is.
I feel like there's also not as. Is it me or there's not as many takedowns in this game? Like, I can't really tell, but it just doesn't. Even like stealth takedowns aren't as different, but.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Oh, there's one. Damn, I didn't think. I thought that was done. I thought we were done almost. Yeah, whatever. I don't mind. I mean, I would like to do more stuff. It's cool. I just really want to get the platinum, man. I really want to get everything like done. I just want to get it done, man. I don't know why. I just do.
Another EMF experiment. Cool, Miles.
But, you know, other than that, the game is like pretty damn good. Pretty good Spider-Man game. I like it.
As you can see, these cassava plants are alive and quite hardy, but grow too slowly for food production. We want to hybridize them with a more productive variety, and would welcome your help.
Cassava plants growing too slowly, huh? Better head to ESU. A professor there just discovered a new variety that grows impressively fast. They'd make a great hire. Their rare variety of the Asian cassava plant grows like crazy, and only need a single leaf to splice with ours. The professor is always looking for practical applications. She'll be super into doing a collab.
So he still does. Okay, he still does do it. I guess he does do that. I don't know why I didn't realize that. I think because I've been swinging the whole entire. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's hard to really notice when you just keep swinging all around. You never really stop to swing in this game.
Oh no.
Oh Lord.
No.
What's
Someone
happening?
stole the cassava?
Oh.
Gotta track down the thieves before they get too far. Maybe there are some traces of pollen still in the air. Got it. Glad this plant is a
He
wind
can't
farm.
catch a break now.